someone here, Donna Snow was Vishnu, right? She's here? Yes, Donna and I met and I came here. It was great. It was also a really good financial package. Like, seriously. Because, you know, it was, to be honest, I didn't want to come out of grad school and have $150,000 in loans being an actor. You know, it was difficult. But I'm glad I came because I wasn't as good when I came and I was better when I left. I like it all. I mean, to me it's acting, so whatever I can get my hands on, you know, I'm a horror that way.
And the nice thing about the format that they work in is it's as close to theater as film and television gets. So,
yeah, that's true. Multi-camera is like the theater.
When you were getting paid $7 a show and throughout the strike, what did you do?
I served tables at a raw food restaurant, and I love meat, so it's funny because I'm Hindu, but I eat all the beef in the world. I'm not supposed to, but I do because who gives a shit, right? It doesn't matter what goes in your mouth, I guess it matters what comes out of it. It's kind of terrible. It's not good. I served tables because, you know, when I moved to LA, I was pretty alone, and I loved being around people, and when I served tables, it gave me human contact. I know it sounds weird, but and working in a raw food restaurant, I met some really interesting people because, you know, usually only interesting people eat raw food, right? You would see a football player who's also interesting. I mean, I'm not judging, but you know, so it was cool. Yeah, I served tables because you work at night, and during the day you can audition. And for what the minimal work you do, you get paid about like in tips. I think I was making, it was a pretty busy restaurant. I think I was making like $300 a night. I worked 4 nights a week, and I wasn't taxing it. Don't talk about it. So, you know, I was making like $2,500 to $3,000 a month. You know, but a lot of people can't handle serving tables because sometimes you're surrounded by people you don't want to be around. But I just was lonely, so I loved it.
also, you had classmates out there at the same time.
I had a bunch of my MFA buddies. Everyone, James did in Philly. Glad you did, Mr. Barrymore. Tomorrow, he hates me so much, but anyway, so yeah, there was a few of us out there, you know. But LA is a lonely place because it's not like New York where you're constantly surrounded by people. You can walk into a bar and talk to someone. In LA, everyone has an agenda. Everyone wants to climb a ladder. Everyone's an actor or an artist, and everyone's only talking about the project that they're doing and all this stuff. So sometimes it's hard to just meet people without an agenda. And I got very lucky because a lot of my friends were there. Yeah. I served tables. It was good money, and I like being around people. Yeah.
Do you have any like really cool projects coming up? Is that big idea?
I guess I can say now. I'm going to be in Ice Age 4. I'm playing one of the main characters in Ice Age 4. And I just sold a reality show to Warner Brothers, and I also just sold a movie script to Peas and Carrots, which is a small production company. You know, everyone's doing something, everyone's hustling. I guess that's what I should say, is that it doesn't matter. When I was in graduate school, I was acting and I was working hard, but I was always dreaming about the next. I'm not a great writer. Seriously, I'm not. I'm not a good writer at all. But I was always dreaming about the next project. I was always dreaming about, okay, if this doesn't work, then I'm going to do this. So all you guys are talented. Even if you're a stage manager or a lighting person or a set designer, whatever, you guys should all write. You guys should all direct. You guys should all act. You guys should all, because if you think that you're only going to be an actor, then you're going to always fall slightly short, because everyone's doing everything. So if you have an idea, write it down. Write a script. Who cares? You're not doing it because you want to get famous or you want to get paid, or if those things will work themselves out. You do it because what else are you going to do? You know, I mean, you know, don't study for calculus, write script.
And even being part of something as successful as Big Bang Theory, there is always a need to look forward.
Always, because, you know, when we're syndicated, I mean, I probably will never have to worry about money ever again, but other than that, like, when this ends, think about Kelsey Grammer. The last 5 shows Kelsey Grammer has started have been cancelled. And I spoke to him once, and he said, like, it ends. then how do you pick yourself up again? How do you pick up the pieces? You know, so enjoy it while you can, and when it ends, and then you keep trying, you know. No one is untouchable. Everyone is one step away from being famous and one step away from being a nobody. It happens very quickly. Everyone here can do the work that I'm doing. You know, I worked very, very hard, and I was in the right place at the right time. Up there, it's like 88. Oh, and then we'll go there because I know you can hear them, sorry.
So I guess what I'm saying, trying to think at least, is they say that everybody knows everybody in LA, and do you find that you can trace, and I've talked to a lot of people who say they can trace everything back to one job, but have you found a lot of flourishing opportunities from Big Bang, and like a lot of offers?
No, you know, the thing is, first of all, not everyone knows everyone in LA. I think that's a myth. Because there's so many people on television now, so many people on television, right? And a lot of them have come through graduate programs. A lot of people are writing television, who are actors in a graduate program. Now they're writing on The Office or 30 Rock or whatever. I don't think that everybody knows everyone. Offers is, no one gets offers. Leonardo DiCaprio gets offers. You know? Leonardo DiCaprio gets offers, George Clooney gets offers. I can probably count them on my hands. Ryan Phillippe, and I guess Ryan Gosling is not bigger now, but let's just say, like, rewind 6 months ago. Ryan Phillippe, that's his name, right? Yeah. Ryan Phillippe and Ryan Gosling are auditioning for the same role. You walk into an audition room in LA for a big movie, and you will see stars that you can't imagine now auditioning for the same thing. There's no such thing as offers. I mean, the people that are getting offers are probably Angelina Jolie, Brad Pitt, Tom Cruise, movie stars, because you will go and watch a movie because Angelina Jolie is it, and then you won't watch a movie because Ryan Phillippe is it. You know, so they're all auditioning. Toby Maguire is auditioning against Andrew Garfield, I guess. I just said that because they were the big Spider-Man. So there's no such thing as offers.
Yeah, you're categorized by numbers.
Exactly.
There's such a thing. There's such a thing called the Ulmer Index, which is actually an actuarial table that calculates how much money you would bring to a project if it was produced overseas.
It's so sad. My cousin runs movie financing for JP Morgan. So he works with the biggest movies in the world, and he said, I just have a formula, I just put it in the computer. Movie star, distribution sales, and then we figure out if we're going to greenlight it. You know, makes us feel like fish. Yes, sorry.
I know you said you had some interesting stories from the set. Can you tell us one of those?
I know you get so much on. No, you know, we're actually, to be completely honest, I'm just talking about LA, but we're a very cool bunch on the set. Like, we're all very close, and we're not wild. You know, we're not like the Hollywood type of people. Everyone's really humble. Everyone's, you know, no one's in People Magazine or TMZ showing their, you know, nipples, and like, it's just, everyone's really chill. So, everyone's really relaxed, and I guess the craziest story is, you know, I'm not going to go there today. But I'll tell you that the craziest story in LA is I was driving and I stopped at a red light, and in the car next to me, this is the true story, is Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes at a traffic light. So I look over and it's Tom Cruise, right? Because I'm not starstruck that he's but it's Tom Cruise. Okay, so I'm looking at him and he looks at me. He looks at me like this, and I'm like, oh shit, he recognizes me or whatever. And then he goes on the window and he's like, hey, do you know if the, and this is, I can't believe he said this to me, this is insane. It's like, do you know if the new Scientology church is it around here? And I'm like, Jesus Christ, in Scientology world, didn't you build that? I was thinking of something clever, like, oh, I'm into your Scientology. All we do is the rules and like run away, but I didn't say like anything. I literally was like, and then he's like, oh man, thanks. And then like his Bentley rolls in front of my Audi, and he takes the turn. But I've never understood to this day why the hell he asked me that question. And I wonder if he was literally trying to convert me on the spot at a traffic. I think.